And could you maybe walk us through the egg freeze cycle?
Most patients will start with a birth control pill, not necessarily for contraceptive purposes, but kind of hormonally sort of have those eggs or what's housing those eggs, the follicles, sort of lined up at the gate. So that way, when we remove the pills and typically start injections, which is an average of 10 days or so, real tiny needles, like an insulin syringe that you give yourself at home in the belly, just an average of 10 days. And then harvesting the eggs is a very minor day surgery. It's about 30 minutes. You're not going to remember anything. You're not going to feel anything. In most cases, you're still breathing on your own, so there aren't any breathing tubes. So it'd be more akin to say what someone might get out of a colonoscopy than major abdominal surgery. There's no incisions. How we access the eggs is through the vagina with an ultrasound. Once the ovaries are kind of full and heavy and those follicles are growing, they just kind of rest at the top of the vagina. So just a tiny needle that goes through the vaginal wall into the ovary. So we can access the follicles or the cysts that contain the egg with that needle and just kind of suction out that fluid so that under the microscope we can find and then ultimately freeze those eggs. So once we get started, it's a very short process. Like I said, less than 2 weeks from starting injections to harvesting the eggs. During that window, you may be seen every other day for quick visits, blood work, ultrasounds, so we can see how well the follicles are growing, whether or not we need to change the dose of the medicines. And again, when we can anticipate harvesting those eggs so that people can plan ahead.